Hello everyone, in today's video we have a great treat. This lovely Boeing 247D just came out by Wing42, and man am I excited. At the same time I was reading through the manuals, and there's a good chance this might be a little anticlimactic. I'm just going to say it in advance here. So for those of you curious where we're sitting here, we're just south of Wichita, Kansas. Obviously we're dealing with Boeing today, so this is the one that makes sense. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And let's go ahead and get started and see if we can get started. Now, one thing usually, we just kind of run into this, but I did take a couple minutes to go through the manual a little bit, so I know a little bit of the traps that are involved with this thing. I mean, just going around, oh my gosh, that's a lot of detail. Looking over here, like a fuse box. Oh my gosh, look at that. Like actual fuses. Oh man, this is not cool. I mean, it's cool, but it's not cool. We got another fuse box over. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh boy. We'll see if it's actually as complicated as it claims. Look at I like the radio over here. Nice handle. Neat. Fuel pressure gauges, oil pressure. Like I said, I did look a little bit into it. So I'm not hopeless here, but I guarantee you it's going to be tricky. What the? Oh, you can tap it with your finger. Ah, look at that. I'm tapping the gauges with my finger. I love that detail. What's the deal? Okay. Oh, wow. There's a wind-up knob. Apparently what it's supposed to do is keeping track of everything you've done from previous missions to this one. So we'll kind of see how that plays. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Look at the wheel. It's like this big hunk of just like wood and metal. I mean, I love stuff like this. Oh, neat. A little ventilation. Oh. I don't know. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I love airplanes like this because they're just, you have to work for them. And I guarantee you're going to see a couple tutorial videos once I figure this thing out. Okay, let's, okay, here, let me grab the clipboard here. Okay, what do we got? 247 transport aeroplane. Nice. I've got some weight information here. Oh, look at this. Oh, nope. You need a type rating. It's greater than 12,500 pounds. Takeoff, pretty typical, general information, glide speed. Oh, payload. Cool. Yeah, we'll just put the stewardess back there. Oh, no, looks fine. I'm not going to change any of this stuff. Make it show. That's funny. Let's see here. I think I need those two. I'm just trying to remember what I have. I'm going to get rid of all this other stuff, though. I don't need that. Wheel chocks. We'll take them out. Why not? Nothing bad will happen, right? Oh, neat. So there's like a little crew that runs around outside. The rampies, I think the book was talking about, that are basically going to zip around and kind of put everything out together here. Engine startup. From what I was reading, this is an old school flywheel startup, which is fine. It's a little more involved. There's no electric motor for starting purposes, so that's kind of interesting. So we'll go ahead and shut those two doors. We don't need either of those. Good to go. Okay, so if I recall correctly, and again, we're going to see how much of my memory is valid here, you basically got to prime it, and then you got to fill it up with everything else like that. I really wish you could put this out of the way. It's just kind of a convenient. Oh, nice. Sweet. All right, let's get to it. So let's see here. Cabin warning, lights. Okay, so magnetos are set. Master switch is down, which is good. Fuel, we have a fuel tank selector and an engine. Okay, so, oh my gosh, this is different. So let's go. Let's set this to both. Let's set this one to, we'll always do left tank first because it's the bigger tank of the two. Oh, that's neat. Hope I can figure out what that is later. I guarantee the trim is. I think this is, yeah, that's our battery switch. All right, down here at the console, propeller is supposed to be all the way forward. We're supposed to take the throttles. We're supposed to crack them. Gear motor I'm going to leave alone. Mixture looks good. Wobble pump. Well, I guess we'll get to that in a minute. Let's see here. How much fuel are we carrying on this thing? Fuel quantity gauges. That didn't work. Ugh. Interesting. All right. Cool, I guess. Neat. I'm sure it was supposed to do something, but oh well. Do we have fuel on this thing? That's actually a pretty good question. Ah, here's our problem. We have no fuel. And that's why we check things like this. Let's see if it works now. Oh, there we go. Glad we looked, right? Okay, so we got to prime this thing. It's 59 degrees Fahrenheit for standard conditions. So I guess we got to open up the fuel primer. Select my tank. I'm going to cheat. Let's see. It's going to be 3 blasts. 2, 3. We are primed. This thing's going to hate me afterwards. Still easier to prime than a Cessna 172, though. 1, 2, 3. Looks good. Nice. I like how the primer. Whoa! Ah, it's got an extra blast. So my left engine's going to go bop, 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 or whatever the equivalent. Okay, I don't like that. I mean, I like the fact that you have to click and drag things, but a little difficult to use. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Looks like oh, is this one of those old school ones? Oh my gosh. You can select the different positions, oh my gosh, that's so old. I'm nerding out a little bit, but you got to forgive me because these things are so cool to me. Oh my gosh, look at that. Ah, so it's cool. All right, let's do it. So, according to my calculations, which are probably terribly flawed like they normally are, we basically asked them to jack up the flywheel, which I'll open the window a little wider here. And there's a little handle. Look at that. I can actually read there and crank it by hand. Oh, there's a ladder. Oh, you can do this by hand. Nope. I'm going to ask him to do it. That usually works. That means I missed out on something incredibly simple here. Either that or my engine seized up or something like that. So let's go to the next page here. I've got the ladder. Cowling looks good. I don't want to break the cowling. No, we'll leave that one in. Realistic engine start. I wonder if I broke the engine at some point or did something. Everything else is good. Let's see here. We've got plenty of oil. Let's see here. The temperature is 59 degrees. We should be SAE 30 oil. Okay, so we have SAE 30. Okay, it's fine. That's good. That's good. Oh, look at this. This is my transponder. Nice. And no additional information. That did not catch at all. So, interesting. Interesting. We'll try it again. Let's see what happens. And if it doesn't work again, I will get a little more cheaty. Oh, I know what we did wrong. We forgot to pressurize the fuel. That was dumb on my part. I should have paid for that one. Go. I know you find this funny. I don't find that funny. But at the same time, I do kind of find it a little bit funny. All right, let's do an idiot check here. So our magnetos are good. We primed the engines properly. Everything was turned on prior to that point. Maybe we were at something with the priming process. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Whack the fuel pump a couple times. Kind of get it back pressured up. Let's see here. No, that's enough. Let's go ahead and select this again. We'll prime everybody. Doesn't bother me. It only takes a second to prime. 1, 2, 3. Give it some more fuel. I have a feeling there's a giant thing of fuel sitting at the bottom of here. Again, I like engines that are interesting to start. Give that some crank. Prime that a few times. In you go. All right, we'll go ahead and secure the primer there. I didn't think it was that cold outside, but hey, I don't know. Check to make sure we have fuel. We have fuel. We got the switches set for fuel. That's set on. That's set on. That's set on. That's set on. Again, we don't need electrical power here. This is set. We'll go ahead and pressurize everything one more time. Oh, man, manual fuel valves. Old school. All right, this time, definitely. Full power. Huh. I told you it'd be anticlimactic. Okay, so that needs to be played with some more. It's probably something I've missed. So we're going to disable realistic engine start. We're going to go back a page. We're going to wind up the flywheel, and we're just going to crank it and see what happens. Pretty sure we have fuel. I'm pretty sure I've cracked the throttles enough. I'm pretty sure that'll work. It's something with the priming process, maybe. Or maybe it emptied my fuel tanks out again, which it kind of did. There we go. Oh, that's probably. Huh. Not sure what I did wrong there. Something to do with the fuel, I almost guarantee it. It kind of sounds weird. It's a very, very YouTube-y sound effect. It's a technical term, by the way. All right. I've asked him to wind it up. There he goes. I really need to be able to hear this. Interesting. Got a catch. Interesting. So even when you do... Okay. Interesting. Like I said, this might take a second. Well, that took a few minutes. We did get it going, and I can see I either forgot to set the parking brake or I unset the parking brake. That's the one downside about SimConnect airplanes, is that you always tend to run into those kind of things. Let's see, I think everything's disconnected. Airplane is good to go. Whew, that was a project. But it doesn't surprise me at all. It's probably a combination of fuel. Again, I'll get better at it. I'll probably do some tutorial videos just to get this thing started once I get it. Battery master switch is set on, so that's all set. And we're just in the warm up the airplane phase. I love how when you push the throttle forward a little bit, like, it doesn't catch. Like, it sits there and freaks out. Like, you look at the fuel pressures. Also appreciate the fact that this is completely out of whack. It's going to probably tumble about 10 times before it actually settles. Now, remember, these are vacuum instruments, and I believe on this aircraft, the vacuum is provided by the right engine and not the left engine. So that means that we have to rev up the engine enough to actually be able to pull that through correctly. There it goes. So now we have enough pressure in that system to actually work. Oh man, I've already loved this. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, not for me, not for me." But I think stuff like that is great. So go ahead and check that to make sure my instrumentation is set correctly here. I think that's pretty good. Again, I'm just going through, making sure I didn't miss anything real fast. I don't think I did. I think we're ready to get traveling. Looking at my oil temperature, it's about 60 degrees. It's a little cold, usually they say. And is this Fahrenheit or is this Celsius, actually? That is very cold for oil temperature. I don't know why that's so cold. What we got for oil pressure's coming up. Oil pressure is actually coming up very quickly. That's a bad sign. That means their RPM's up too high. So we're going to let this come back down. I love the fact there's no like red lines or anything to warn you, hey, you're messing up here. Whoa, no you don't. No you don't. Reduce the RPM a lot. Yeah, that's really, 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 really high oil pressure. I'm just going to pull the throttle back a little bit. Hope the engine doesn't cut out on me. Come on. Wow. That is, that's a heck of a simulation there. I don't know if I'm impressed or annoyed how long this thing takes to get going. Notice the oil temperature on the one side is completely different than the oil temperature on the other, because we started the engines in a different order and they have to catch up to each other. Holy smokes. This is definitely going to be a simulation where they're going to need to build some kind of quick start button or something like that. Although I believe if I turned off engine damage correctly here, let's go take a look real fast, I should be able to just go, because like I said, at some point we won't have a video here. Yeah, we're not going to have any issues with that. I'll put that one back on for later. Okay, so I'm not going to freak out the fact that my oil pressure is over 120 or it's only 60 degrees, because I have a feeling it's going to take probably 10 minutes to get this aircraft up to the proper temperature. So I want to kind of go flying, not going to lie. So let's go ahead and push my buttons here. I'm going to go take a look at my little navigation display. I'll probably flip on some lights, and then we're going to go at it and cross our fingers that everything goes okay. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. All right, let's do it. According to the book, release the parking brake. Yeah, keep in mind I have not warmed this airplane up or anything like that yet. I can zoom about 33 inches, I think is the upper limit. And here we go. This thing is so brumbly. Oh man, that just comes right up, doesn't it? Oh, that's heavy controls. I was not expecting that at all. All right, so I'm going to push the landing gear lever up. I'm not actually sure if it's going to retract. So that should be something we investigate, because I'm sure there's some mode on this thing that I don't know about. Nope, they don't really go in all the way. It's just kind of the nature of the beast here. Let me go ahead and pop that switch off. Is this one of those that has to be returned to the neutral position kind of a thing? Yeah, it is one of those. Old school. Old school. Holy smokes, old school. All right. So far, not bad, not bad, not bad. Now let's go ahead and run it through its basic maneuvers here. I'm going to go ahead and reduce the power a little bit here. I think we're a little high on the revs. Let's go back this down. I think I'm pulling the handle. Yeah, I certainly am. Down here, that's altitude. What are we? Revolutions per minute, comrades. This is intense. Let's pull that down. Ooh, 1900 is probably pretty good. Again, I don't know this aircraft yet. I will. Right there. That's good. Cool. Go back out the throttle just a tiny bit too. Put it out of the white zone, which is strange because I usually think of white as okay. All right, we are on our way. This is I can't like. So I'm gonna go full deflection on the controls here, so you can see how not fast this thing is. Let's go. That's different. That's different. I'm really bothered by those fuel gauges. They're killing me just a tiny bit right now. Because like if I need to check that, I guess I have to come to one of these sort of things. And do I have 40? I have no idea. It's just so different. All right, let's go swinging this way. Incredibly, my cylinder head temperature only shows like 60 Fahrenheit. I don't know if that's a bug on my part or it's just like kind of the nature of the beast here. Oh man, those rudders are really effective on this plane. Whoa. Okay. That's interesting. So if you look at the ball right there, I'm going to push just a little right rudder. That's different. Okay, maybe it's just one of those things where it's just not that reliable kind of a thing. Cool. All right, we'll go swinging this way. Oh man, trying this one in VATSIM. Unable. We weren't able to get the engine start. We're gonna have to cancel our flight. Neat. Sound-wise, kind of sounds like they're. I don't. It's okay. Okay, there's something weird with that. Okay, I'm not. What? Wait. I'm not touching the controls. Interesting. Speaking of which, let's see how good the trim is on this thing. Ah! What are those planes? Nice. That's good trim. Nice and slow trim. Hey, that's a point in their favor. All right, let's go ahead and land this thing so we can call this video a day. We've already been playing with this thing for 15 minutes, not including the other 20 minutes it took me to get the engine started with, quote, not realistic engine startup on. I love this radio set above our heads, by the way. Take a look at that thing. It's in kilocycles. This thing's going to be so much fun to play with. I'm just going to have to experiment with it a little later on. There's a radio map I think they give you that lets you know kind of like where all the different radio stations were. And we have to do it the old Morse code method, which is just like, it's ancient, but I still love it. We should be able to pick up a bunch of radio stations. So as far as comments so far, one thing that I really appreciate that the Wing 42 folks did is they chose to make this aircraft $20. I mean, you've watched me kind of bumble and frustrate, and there's no backup electronics anywhere. Like, none. Like, if I want to do one of these things and go pull up my GTN 750, for example, I guarantee you, yeah, it's going to say power. Oh, there it goes. Looks like we do have a GTN 750. It's not the end of the world. Sweet. Okay, so not bad. Not bad. So at least, okay, so we do have one of these, and you can see we're painfully off course here, but that's okay. So at least this is here, and this also means we have things like comm radios and nav radios, so we're not hopeless as far as not being electronic and modern here. But I mean, when you have an airplane like this, you have to fly it old school. Also, I love my little attitude indicator here. I guess I'm pointing straight up because it's all blue, right? So wild. Oh man, this thing is... Oh, the controls are just so slow. It's weird. All right, let's see what else we can figure out before we call it here. I hate those fuel gauges. My power's turned on. My clock's clicking away there. I'm still climbing pretty aggressively. I have no special instrumentation or anything like that. We'll have to try to land this thing. So let's see how well it does when we do this. I can feel the aircraft starting to pull towards the left. Once in a while, it does that little glitch there. I think that's the Sim Connect shimmy there. Destination should be up ahead here. Yeah, I'm looking right at it. All right, let's try to land a plane that's pre-World War II. I can't wait. Can't wait. Right, so we should be coming up on Wichita. I'm just looking at my calculations. Now I should be up on the right here. There it is. Nice. Go ahead and cheat. So it does tolerate time acceleration. I'm afraid to test out slew. I must promise you slew will make this aircraft explode. I love the needles. They're useless. Great. Just like old times. All right, McConnell Air Force Base, here we count. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try it. So I have no idea what the landing speed of this aircraft is. So this is going to be an experiment for all of us. So good luck, everyone. Good luck. Good luck. Let's see what happens. Oh man, this is going to be a bad feeling about this. Okay, so first thing I notice is it does not slow down. What was that? That's excellent. I'm sorry, I'm genuinely amused. I'm easy to please, easy to please. Gear down. Gear down. Do we not have enough electrical power to get the gear down? Interesting. This is a bad time to not have the ability to put the gear down. Are they coming down? Well, you know, every once in a while you just have a day, right? So I've definitely got the engine still running here, so we should still have electrical power, unless, of course, one of the electrical systems died. I'm clearly charging right now, which is a good sign. I pushed the button to put the gear down, but it did not go down. So this is an interesting emergency we've just created for ourselves, but hey, this is exactly what I would want on a first impressions video. All right, you go away. So how does this thing work? Manual gear selector, lower gear. Do I just like... All right, pull gear lever to neutral position. Okay, wait, what? I've got to make sure I'm... Fly the plane first. Put gear lever in neutral position. Okay, they said neutral position. Checked. All right, select ratchet mode. Okay, we're going to put this down. Checked. Operate ratchet. It doesn't make that sound, but I really wish it did. All right, I'm going to look out the window here because I still need to fly the plane. Get down, you stupid wheels. This is an emergency. I'm on YouTube. Did that work? Hey, look at that. It worked. Nice. Okay, so crisis averted, but we still have to land the plane, I think. All right, here we go. I'm getting destroyed here. Man, I love stuff like this. This is the kind of airplanes that flight simulators need more of. They need airplanes that you have to you have to work for it. And like I said, not bad, not bad. I can't wait to do like a tutorial video series on this thing, because this is just fun. All right, let's go ahead and align myself up here. It's probably going to be a little while before I do a series on it, because this thing is, whew. It's going to take me a while to figure this one out, but I got it. I have no idea what the approach speed is here. Probably what do we got here? We have no fuel, apparently. Air temperature is 60 degrees. I'm doing 80 miles in an hour. 80 miles an hour seems slow. Whoa. Love how heavy the controls are. It's like, whoa. Oh my god, this is going to be the most bumpy 2-point landing I've done in years. I like its speed, though. It's like slow. Ready? Nope, 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 nope. There it is. Nose forward. I know. The nose up. Use your feet. Actually, it wasn't a bad landing. Not disappointed. Disappointed. I love that alarm. Chill. We're here. Wow, that was I was not expecting any of that, which like I said, just makes an experience. All right, master avionics. It's the master avionics switch, or that's the master battery switch. Apparently, they're both. I think the avionics switch is actually, but whatever, no big deal. All right, so that switch is out, unless there's another switch down here that I couldn't. Did I click another switch? I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and shut this thing down. That's been secure. I could just cut the engine. I have a feeling it's just like a regular plane. You just go ahead and pull back the mixture control until the thing dies on you. Go ahead and pull that back. Come on. Come on. Why are you still running? Ah. Nice. All right. So we'll go ahead and secure the fuel tanks. Because I remember, like I said, it remembers what you did. Shut this off. Shut this off. Pop that. And we are good to go. I should probably top up the oil and all that other stuff. But since we're down on the ground after a successful flight here, if you want to call it that, there was a bit of an emergency during the flight. I guess I'll check some boxes here. Whoops. Guess can't do that. Nice. And let's see them all load the plane back up. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this video. This is wild. Hoping that the sound effects, so this is kind of like the early version, they're going to kind of improve that with time, because like they sound a little muffled in my opinion, but again, everybody's got an opinion on these things. Definitely an airplane I got to explore and play around with more. I think it's amazing that, you know, they took the time and effort to model all these little systems. I wish there was a couple quality of life features, because like if I just want to go, I don't want to wait 15 minutes for my oil to go. You know, if I'm making 10 videos a day or something like that, I gotta be able to go out and do it. But other than that, this is really cool, and I can't wait to play with this later. Enjoy.